everyone, this is Joy Paris with Rich Girl Network TV. The impact of the history of what you did, what would be the most important message you would want to offer to everyone out there, especially our young people of today, with the journey you've have done so far? What would that be for you?
Yeah. For me, when I got started in the whole program, the whole idea of the program was to put the word out to inspire young African Americans and other brown folks about the possibilities of science and mathematics and even not so much space as the idea, because the space thing would really come later. The whole idea of being in a position of accomplishment where you're on the cutting edge of mathematics and science and trying to share in the little kids' language, or even high school kids and college kids, try to do it in their language about what you can accomplish by application of brain power and stick-to-itiveness and really learning how to read. That sounds crazy, but I have found out in my travels and all my speeches and stuff, the first thing I asked kids, can they read? Do they know how to read? And they look at me and we're going, what is this guy talking about? And I was astounded to find that I was even talking to college kids that didn't like to read and didn't read. And so I talked to them about the importance of reading and taxing themselves to learn how to read, because that knowledge base is imperative to talk about anything. Growing in the system and being a contributor to the system here.
Joy, I want to echo everything that Ed just said, but the thing that really I want to see from this movie is the same thing that Ed realized when he learned who Harriet Tubman was at 40-something years old. And then that was a revelation for him, because then he was thirsty to find out the truth of the legacy of Black and brown folks. And so when I go into the theaters and we do a screening, I ask the people in the room before we start this movie, I say, do you know who Ed Dwight is? And 99.995% say no. And then after the movie, they get that same awakening that they had when he found out who Harriet Tubman was. And there are people that are crying. There are Black people, white people, yellow people, green people crying because they never knew the story. And that's the power of what I want to see from all the people that watch this on streaming or wherever they see it, that they're going to have this epiphany and revelation about what it means to be able to rise from the ashes like a phoenix.
Well, I had the same reaction watching it because I love space, and my dad was an engineer for an aircraft, growing up in the Caribbean. So all of this was just, for me, the most incredible documentary to see. And I'm watching it again and again and again. So thank you so much for sharing your story. There's so many impactful moments, and for each one of you, in doing the journey to this date and everything you've done so far, when you look back at your career and all the trials and tribulations, what was the one highlight for you where the epiphany came and you said, I have value, I am worth something? What would that have been for each one of you?
You go first.
Yeah, it didn't come down and like finding out what was the highest point of value that I realized in doing what I was doing. It came to me in steps, because as I began to go through the training and finding out that I was equal to all the other astronauts and would-be astronauts, it grew on me. And as I went out into the universe and started speaking and having the confidence to know what I was talking about, and that was really revealing me about, well, you're fanning off and you did it. And you did it well, and so I had comfort with that as my life went on, and I ran into some disappointments, of course, but I had to take those disappointments as a matter of growth, a matter of opening my mind about how the world works and how do I integrate all these experiences that I've had into this world situation, for the men of sharing it, with these kids. And of course, this movie is a crowning. I just never thought in the wildest imagination that Leland Melvin and his group could put together a movie of this magnitude that highlighted my life in such a way I just never expected, and it blew my mind. I thought whenever recording, I'd get a couple minutes of airtime here, but I never thought that they would probe it and really show the public, what really happened here. And I had to get outside of myself and play like that guy wasn't me. As I was watching this movie, I was blown away because I just played like, who is this guy, and how did he do this? And I had the ability to do that, and then walk away with busting my buttons. I was so proud that they did this effort because it's very moving, I thought.
I think one of the most proud things that I felt through this journey was watching Ed watching the movie, and to see the expressions on his face and the pride, and then how he was first setting up the legacy of the rest of us. And when he had that connection with Jessica when she was in space, thanks for remembering me. That, in my mind, was it. That was the epiphany for me, helping put this together and producing and everything. But it was, because it came together in fits and starts and pieces. But that last little bit, thanks for remembering me. And then there was one other moment in my career when I was signing pictures for this ninth grade kid named Steven at the Ocean Laboratory. And, I hadn't flown, I wasn't medically disqualified. And this kid, I wrote, "You can do anything you believe in yourself." Fast forward, I'm giving a speech at George Mason University, and this kid walks up to me and says, "Hey, do you remember me?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, you told me I could do anything if I believe in myself." And he graduated that day with a PhD in aerospace engineering.
Wow.
Because I told him.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much. I wish I had more time, and I can't wait to one day meet you guys again and speak some more. And congratulations. I absolutely love this docuseries. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joy. Thank you for the work.
Thank you.